to my channel Programming with Someone. Please subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. HTML and CSS tutorial section number 3, HTML tags and CSS introduction. So in this section we're going to talk about the remaining tags of the HTML and also the CSS introduction. Okay, so the remaining tags of HTML, we have the div tag, text area tag, and also bottom tag. So we will study these tags with together. Okay, and after that we will have an introduction to CSS. What is CSS? CSS is the language we use to style a web page. CSS is stands for Cascading Style Sheets. CSS describes how HTML elements are to be displayed on screen, paper, or in other media. CSS saves a lot of words. It can control the layout of the multiple web pages all at once. External style sheets are stored in CSS files. So, and here you see, this is the HTML file. You know, here, this is the HTML file. This is the HTML file. Just this image is added here, but it doesn't have any style. Okay, but at the next one in CSS, in CSS, it has a style. See in here, it is the CSS. Here is HTML. So by CSS we can give some styles to our web page. So the next you see here, this is a web page. This is a web page and it's coded. And here we coded this. So in here you see the web page. It has a beautiful style, a beautiful font size, the text. At the end also I tell you, commonly we can use the CSS in 3 ways. And first we can use the CSS style in HTML file, and the second way also we can use it in HTML file, something like this we will work with. So at the third you can see in the CSS file we use something like this. Okay, so okay, let's get it started. Okay guys, at first we should create a folder in here, new folder. At the new folder we say the second example, for example. Second example, okay, the second example, open this folder and write here cmd okay. Now the cmd is open in here. Write code space dot, press enter, and this folder will be opened by Visual Studio Code. Okay, so okay, good. This folder is opening now with the Visual Studio Code. So in here the folder is open with the VS Code. Okay, and right now we should create a HTML file. In here, new file, click here and write the name of HTML file. and write the name of HTML file. I say index.html. Click enter. So should create the necessary code of HTML, and also so it doesn't need to create a CSS. Okay, at first we said the remaining types of HTML. At first the div tag, text area tag, and also the button tag. The div tag, see the div tag, this is the div tag. Press tab, this is the div tab. Div tab, this is the div tag, and div tag acts like a box. It acts like a box, okay? To you put your content inside of the div. For example, see in here, I write something. H1. Remember, I write here. Web designing is amazing. I say web designing is amazing, and inside of this I create a page, for example, by Lorem 100. Okay, Lorem 100. So I cut the lines. So it's okay, no problem. You see in here, yeah, in here we have one div. From it means one box. Okay, all our contents are inside of the div. H1 and P. So the next tag, the next tag was text area. Okay, where's the text area? Text area is like input. Before the last sections, before we have been studied the input tags, but in here we will talk about the text area. Text area is like input, so we can write there the text. So right here, text area. Okay, see, text area. In the text area you can specify name and ID. So we will discuss about this later. So number of columns, the number of rows, you can specify all those things here. Okay, and right now let's see the result. Go live, and here you should click that. Okay, see in here you see the result. In here you see the result. This is text area. See in here you can write all these things. This is the text area. This is the text area, and the next tag, button. Okay, the next tag is button tag. This is at a button. Press tab, and inside of the button you can write the text of that. For example, I'll write here click. See, the page is refreshing now. Yes, great. In here you see we have one button. So these were the HTML tags. Okay, these were the HTML tags, but next we should talk about the CSS, introduction to CSS. Okay, an introduction to CSS, and also about classes and IDs. Classes and IDs. So introduction to CSS, what is CSS? We say CSS is a language we use to style a web page. So before I show you all these descriptions, okay, this is the HTML page and this is a CSS page. See, this page is styled by CSS. CSS something like this. So, and last we told this we can use the CSS in 3 ways. See, at first inside of the tag, inside of the HTML file, and inside of the CSS file. So let's get it started. So at first we can use the CSS inside of the tag. For example, in here we have h1, okay, h1, the heading 1. We use the CSS in here. How we can use? You should write style. See, style, write style and press tab, it will create style. Inside of this we can give some style to this heading. For example, in here I say color. See, color, and I choose the color from here. For example, I say FFF, and I can from here bring your mouse on the color, and this color pick will appear with you, and you can see oh, what happened? Should bring here. Okay, now see here the color is changed. Refresh this. Wow, great. Web designing is amazing. The color is changed. The first way of it is we can use the CSS, okay, inside of the tag. At a second way we can use the CSS inside of the inside of the HTML file. How we can use? Come here, right here, style, the opening tag and a closing tag. Inside of this you can give you style to this content. For example, in here we have the body P, okay, P right here, P, just P, because we didn't give any class or ID to this P. Should write just P, and in here I can specify. For example, I say color, okay, the color I say the color should be some blue, okay, from here color should be blue. See, the text color is changed. Now the text color is changed, and also this is the second way you can use the CSS. But at the third way, so that is so common, so we will use more, is that at first you should come in here and create a CSS file. For example, I create a file. The name of the file is style. You can choose every name you want. .css. At the end of that you should write a CSS, okay, you should write the CSS at the end of that. So I press enter. Okay, it's great. Now the CSS file is created. This is the HTML file and this is the CSS file. Yes. So in here, for example, this is the text area, okay, this is the text area. I copy this, I come to the CSS, I paste this here and open the curly brace, and in here, for example, I write I give some style the background. Okay. Background color. Now with the background color, I choose one color, for example, and from here I can choose this brown color. But I see the result. Oh, in here didn't happen anything, something like that. So in here, this is the HTML file, this is the CSS file, and we should connect these two files with together. We should connect these two files with together, okay? And right now the HTML file and CSS file are not connected with together, okay? So right now we should connect this. So at first, in here we have the title. The title I write, for example, introduction to CSS, okay? Introduction to CSS. Introduction to CSS. See in here, this is introduction to CSS. You can see this in here. Instead of this document, you can see so it didn't happen anything here. See here, introduction to CSS. So you can see the result there, okay? So come to the next. At first, now we should connect the HTML file and CSS file with together. And right now in here we can connect. We can connect the HTML and CSS file with together by the link, okay? In here, write the link and then press tab, really style sheet, and right now in here href, okay? In href we say which file is style.css. See in here, press enter, is style.css. Right now the HTML file and the CSS file, both of them are connected with together. So right now we can use it. For example, in here the text area, okay? The text area before we gave some styles in here, and the background color is brown, and right now let's see this. So it works or no? Wow, great, it works. It works, okay? So at the next, I want to tell you the ID and class. ID and classes, both of them are very important for in web designing. In here, for example, I remove all these things from here, and also I remove this style from here. So what is class and what is ID? The class and ID, we can identify a content by class or by ID, okay? See in here I say class. Which class? You say a name for this class. For example, I say heading, okay? I say heading. Or in this section I say ID. Both of them are for identifying content. For example, ID, I say description. This is the class, and this is the ID. So right now we should use from class and ID. So in here, copy the heading, come to the CSS file in here, okay? Paste that. Heading is a class. Heading is a class and description is id. Description is id. In here for a heading, I give one style. I give the color, okay? Color, for example, the color, okay, the color is like green. The color green, oh sorry, and the description color, I can use it a blue. But see right now right now didn't happen anything, okay? Because this color is black and this color is also black. So what we should do right now, see in here, this is class, this is description, this is id, class and id. In here in CSS, before the class you should put dot before the class, okay? And before the id you should put the hash. Right now, let's see the result. Wow, great. The colors are changed. This color and this color, both change right now. So at the next section we will work more with the CSS. So see you in the next video.